Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for the webinar on establishing a successful Power Platform Center of Excellence. My name is Steve Linker, and I'm an account manager at AQL Technologies. I'm joined today by Rizwan Ansari, from our Strategic Solutions team. Rizwan plays a key role in shaping our approach to digital transformation and has been instrumental in developing strategies around Power Platform maturity model to help organizations achieve excellence. Before we get started, a little bit about AQL Technologies. We're a Microsoft Gold and ServiceNow Premier Partner, and we bring over 15 years of experience across federal, state, local government, Fortune 1000s, and nonprofits. With more than 100 successful projects delivered, we have a diverse client base. Our team of 200 specialists excels in Microsoft 365, Dynamics, Power Platform, RPA, and SharePoint. We've conducted over 500 training sessions and hold a GSA Schedule 70 and an SBA 8A certification. Our commitment is to deliver tailored solutions by working closely with clients to address their unique needs and challenges. AQL also offers the Power Platform COE Starter Kit to enhance your Power Platform setup and RPA for invoice processing to automate your invoicing. Explore these solutions on the Microsoft App Source to see how they can improve your operations and drive efficiency. AQL offers a wide range of Power Apps available on the Microsoft App Source. These include My AQL Timesheet, AQL Archiving app, Supplier Management, and AQL Release and Change Requests. Each app is designed to streamline and enhance various business processes, providing practical solutions for your organization's operational challenges. AQL offers SharePoint Intranet Web Parts designed to transform and elevate your intranet experience. These enhance productivity, boost employee engagement, and streamline communication within your organization. They offer functionalities that support better communication and seamless navigation, and they're tailored to meet specific organizational needs. AQL Technologies offers end-to-end Microsoft 365 services to drive digital transformation for organizations. From building low-code apps with Power Platform and automating workflows using Copilot Studio, to enhancing collaboration through Microsoft Teams and SharePoint. We'll cover it all today. We also specialize in data solutions using Azure Data, Microsoft Fabric, and SQL Server, along with enterprise app development in .NET. With support for our Office 365 and Dynamics 365, AQL empowers businesses to be more agile, connected, and intelligent. All right, before we jump in today, a quick note about webinar rules. All attendees can ask questions and raise concerns in the chat. If your question or concern isn't addressed by the end of the webinar, we'll follow up with you with an answer within 2 business days. A feedback email will be sent out. Please respond so we can improve our content.
Thank you so much, Steve. Welcome, everyone. We are truly excited to have you here for today's webinar on achieving Center of Excellence through the Power Platform Maturity Model. I am Rizwan Ansari, and I represent AQL Technologies, a trusted Microsoft partner specializing in Power Platform, Microsoft 365, and AI Power solutions. Let me begin with a simple but powerful question. Where is your organization today in its Power Platform journey? Are you just getting started, or are you already managing dozens of apps, flows, and environment? So at AQL, we are focused on helping organizations accelerate digital transformation. We do this by enabling automation, low-code development, and AI-powered insight, all within the Microsoft ecosystem. Our certified experts work alongside business and IT leaders to optimize Power Platform adoption, from governance framework to scalable app design and training that actually makes difference. Today, I'll walk you through how we help clients build a center of excellence using a structured approach through the Power Platform maturity model. So this model helps organizations move from experimentation to enterprise-wide innovation. We begin by assessing your state. Is your Power Platform usage ad hoc, and scattered? Or are you trying to scale responsibly but struggling to govern it all? Many organizations begin their Power Platform journey with scattered ideas, disconnected projects, and no real direction. From there, we define governance policies, environment strategies, security best practices, and strong, consistent adoption program. So with Power Platform maturity model, that chaos transforms into clarity. A structured roadmap replaces guesswork with clear stages, defined goals, and measurable progress. And here's the difference. We don't just hand you a playbook and disappear. We partner with you, with your teams, co-create scalable solution, and support the transition from chaos to clarity. So as we begin today's session, let's ask yourself, what will excellence look like for your Power Platform team? And more importantly, what's standing in your way right now? Let's explore that together. Let's be honest, adopting the Power Platform isn't always smooth sailing. Many organizations face roadblock, and maybe some of these will sound familiar to you. Is your team moving fast but without a clear strategy? Do you have an amazing idea but limited technical expertise to bring them to life? Are apps popping up across department with little to no governance in place? And here's a big one. Are people even using the solution being built? So these challenges are common than you might think. And without a structured approach, eff- efforts can quickly become siloed, leading to inefficiency, duplication, and missed opportunity for real impact. So here's a question. Is the organization building for the long term or just reacting to the short term needs? That's where the Power Platform maturity model comes in. It gives you a clear path, guiding your stage by stage from early adoption to enterprise wide innovation. With the right plan, you move from scattered efforts to scalable success. Let's explore how. So, achieving excellence doesn't happen overnight. It's not a switch you flip, it's a journey you take step by step. With Power Platform adoption maturity model, organization don't have to guess their way forward. You start small, maybe with a pilot app or few enthusiastic makers, but with the right guidance, you build skills, define process, and establish governance that scales. And each stage in this model brings new clarity from early experimentation to full scale innovation. So you begin to see silos break down, adoption rise, and real business value take shape. Whether your organization is just starting out or you're ready to expand across department, this model ensures your progress is steady, strategic, and built to last. That's how you move from potential to excellence. So, what exactly is the Power Platform maturity model, and why should it matter to your organization? Power Platform, so think of it as a strategic roadmap, a structured framework that helps you evaluate where you are today and guides you towards more optimized, governed, and impactful use of Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. Now ask yourself, is your organization building app in an ad hoc way? Do you have governance in place or things are still a bit scattered? So this model breaks down the journey into 5 stages, as we see on the screen. Initial, where governance is minimal and innovation is isolated. Second, repeatable and we have defined, where policies begin to form and structure starts to take hold. Finally, managed and optimized, where a full center of excellence drives adoption, automation, and scalable transformation across the enterprise. At AQL, we partner with organizations to assess their current stage, identify gaps, build a practical, scalable roadmap for growth. So think about it. Where are you on this journey? And more importantly, where do you want to be 6 months from now on? In today's session, we'll explore each of these stages and show you how to bring the maturity model to life in your own environment. Let's see that. Let's dive into level 1 of the Power Platform adoption maturity model. also known as the initial stage. Now, this is where many organizations begin. And if you are just starting your Power Platform journey, this might feel very familiar. First, there's no governance or defined strategy. Things happening, but without direction. Apps are being built on daily basis. Ideas are flowing, but there's no guiding vision, no alignment to broader business goals. So here's a question to consider. Who owns your Power Platform strategy today? Is there a governance starter, or are people just building freely? We see manual ad hoc development processes. Every app is built from scratch, often by different people using different methods. There's no reuse, no templates, no consistency. So this not only wastes time but makes maintenance a nightmare. And innovation, while exciting, is usually bottom up. So business users takes initiative, which is great, but often no alignment with IT or enterprise priorities. So what happens then? Redundancy, shadow IT, and supported apps creep in. So ask yourself, are your innovation scalable or just siloed experiments? And here's a big one. No business value tracking. Apps are live, flows are running, but is anyone measuring their impact? Do you know which solutions are driving ROI, or which ones are quietly burning resources? There's a minimal involvement of professional developers, makers, often from business units. They are working alone without the architectural or security guidance of IT. That can lead to technical debt and performance issue later on. No standard processes or reuse means every maker is reinventing the wheel. And then someone breaks, there's no documentation or handover plan. Even more critical, makers are building without IT oversight. There's no approval, no quality checks, no integration into broader system, and it all leads to the risk we see here. App in the default environment. Now, this is a big red flag. The default environment has broad permission, minimal visibility, and often houses mission critical solutions that were never meant to be live there. So training is informal or limited. Maybe someone watched your YouTube video or attended a webinar, but there's no formal onboarding or enablement strategy. So this stifles adoptions and limits long-term sustainability. There's no DLP policies or compliance guardrails. So that means that data, including sensitive or regulated information, can flow freely across apps and connectors without any restrictions. So can your organization afford that risk? Then you have open environment where means anyone can build anything anywhere, anytime without structure or approval. Yes, it's empowering, but also it's dangerous. And finally, there's a poor coordination between the IT and the business. So left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. So business is moving fast. IT is trying to keep up with them, but without alignment, uh, innovation can't scale. So I'll pause here and ask, does this looks like your organization today? Where do you see the biggest gap? Governance, security, strategy, or alignment? So the initial stage is where many organizations begin, but the good news is this is just a start. With the right guidance, governance, and vision, it's absolutely possible to move beyond chaos towards clarity, control, and excellence. And that's what the maturity model here supports. So at level 100, organizations are just starting to bring order to the chaos, and that's where AQL steps in. So we begin by assessing your existing Power Platform usage. We deep dive to uncover governance gaps, risk exposure, and compliance blind spots. So do you really know what's running in your tenant right now and who owns it? This kind of clarity we help you achieve. We help you set up the initial governance and security controls. So not to restrict innovation, but to enable it safely. So we bring structure to how apps are built, shared, and managed, creating a foundation for trust and scalability. AQL works with your team to guide the shift from ad hoc to managed development. That means bringing consistency to how apps are created, reviewed, and deployed so that what starts as innovation doesn't become overhead. We also help you apply DLP policies and compliance control because security isn't optional. We define what data can flow from where and help ensure sensitive information stays protected. We'll help you design a secure environment strategy with clear boundaries between development, test, and production, and a well governed approach to environmental sprawl. Another important piece is training your makers on governance. We don't just hand over a policy document, we walk your team through it step by step, building their confidence and capability along the way. And above all, AQL helps you promote sustainable best practices because solving today's challenge is important, but building a governance culture that lasts, that's what truly drives long-term success. So here's a real question. Are your current efforts setting you up for a scale or setting you up for surprises? So with AQL, we help ensure it's a former. So this phase, level 200 phase, describes a process well documented so you can repeat the same steps if needed. So at this stage, organizations have taken initial governance steps, but enforcement is inconsistent. IT and business teams are beginning to align, though processes are still evolving. Governance policies exist, but it lacks strategic alignment, leading to inefficiencies. Emerging demand on processes and informal business case reviews. So assign Power Platform service admin roles in default environment. DLP is only applied only in default environment. So these are challenges that you might face at level 200. Tenant isolation and environment strategies in inconsistency setup. So adoption of the COA starter kit for visibility into platform usage is not happening properly. Growing community of support and onboarding efforts for new makers. Governance measures exist for solution lifecycle management, but need more structure. And then some team standardize process manually and conduct peer reviews. Pro developer explore high value use case, but are not fully integrated. So these are some of the level 200 challenges that we may come across. So at level 200, or we start helping you gain tenant-wide visibility. So most teams don't know how much is being built or by whom. So do you have a clear view of every app, every flow, every environment across your tenant? If not, we'll help you surface that data and make sense of it. Next, we help you establish basic governance and DLP policies. This means setting up the right boundaries to protect your data and defining what's allowed without slowing down innovation. Are your current policies protecting your organization or just checking a box? So we also support you in defining dev, test, and prod environments. Structure is key, especially when your app lifecycle is expanding. So we help you move away from default only development and into controlled process build spaces that reflect best practices. Another area we focus on is monitoring activity via admin center. So this isn't just about dashboard, it's about insights, who's building, where are things slowing down, what needs attention today. We help you set up meaningful monitoring that drives proactive governance. And finally, we believe in training users on scalable best practices. Governance is only as strong as your people's understanding of it. So we equip your makers, admins, and champions with practical knowledge. So they are not compliant, but they are confident. So how ready is your team to build that scale without compromising the standards? Together, these capabilities help you move beyond early adoption and into a space where governance, innovation, and clarity grow hand in hand. One. So level 300 is a turning point if the maturity in the maturity journey. Governance is in place, the center of excellence is forming, but execution, it's still uneven. So let's walk you through what this looks like. What are our challenges here? So governance might be defined, but adoption and innovation are still inconsistent. So some teams follow best practices, others improve. So is governance embedded in your culture, or just it's written on the SharePoint page? Citizen developers are active, but they lack structured enablement. They are building, but often without support, training, or standards. So are your makers building with confidence or just with courage? KPI do exist, but they are not consistently used to prioritize ideas. Some business units rely on metrics, others go by gut. So are your Power Platform investment being prioritized by data or influence? And while DLP environment strategies are technically in place, they often require manual handling, adding overheads and delay. ALM practices have started, but standardization is still evolving. Solutions are promoted, but how, when, and by whom, that varies widely. Training and champion programs are underway, but not fully scaled. Some makers are thriving, others are stuck. So do all your makers have equal access to learning and support? Tired environments are used, tiered environments are used, but maker maturity varies. A beginner in a production ready space, that's risky, right? And while monitoring exists, it often lacks automation and deeper insights. So it's a, but it's not actionable. So is your governance dashboard telling a story or just showing a number? So, and finally, let's move further to IT and business collaboration, which is improving but still needs balance. IT wants control, business wants speed, and often one wins at the cost of the other. Then this one is critical at the bottom. Scaling and maintainability are still challenging without a mature COE. Innovation is happening, but it's not always scalable, repeatable, or governed. So yep, at level 100, you're no longer starting from scratch. Level 300, you're not no longer starting from scratch, but you're defining structure. But the question now is, can your current framework handle growth, or will it crack under pressure? Let's explore how we at AQL support that transition into the next stage. So again, it's at level 300, organizations are ready to scale, but they need structure, automation, and deeper enablement to get there. So here's how AQL brings that vision to life. We begin by helping you implement structured governance and compliance frameworks. Policies alone aren't enough. They need to be applied consistently across people, process, and environments. So is a governance framework something people know or something they follow? So we work with your team to automate environment and DLP policy management. So this reduces manual oversight and enforces your security posture without slowing down your team. So we also enable makers through structured programs, giving them skills, guardrails, and confidence to build responsibly. So this turns ad hoc energy into sustainable innovation. From there, we guide you to apply ALM best practices for scalability. So this isn't just about deploying apps. It's about managing them across environments. So with source control, lifecycle tracking, and release quality. We then help align business, IT, and pro developer collaboration. So innovation works best when everyone's in the loop. So not working in silos, right? So to support visibility, we deploy the COE starter kit fully and correctly, giving you your tenant-wide insight into usage, makers, apps, and risk areas. Once you have the data, we help you standardize governance template and workflow, naming conventions, app review process, lifecycle templates, all defined, repeatable, and easy to follow. And adoption doesn't happen on its own. We support you driving it through training and upscaling. So this ensures that both new and existing maker know what good looks like and how to get there. And finally, we help you set up role-based access control to protect your environment while empowering the right users, because scale without security is just risk. So AQL is help to close the gap with structure, clarity, and forward momentum. So at level 400, the managed stage, there are certain challenges organization may see. So now you have a center of excellence, governance is formalized, and automation is happening. But here's a catch: scaling and optimizing is still a challenge. Let's start with the first point: scaling, governance, and automation. So you've got the pieces, but scaling them across teams and departments, that's where things get stuck. So is your governance model flexible enough to grow with your business? There's also lack of ROI driven automation strategies. Automation is being built, but it is delivering. Is it delivering measurable value to you? So do you know which workflows are saving time and which ones are just nice to have? Often and unused resources, apps, flow, connectors, they just pile up quickly and aren't well managed. This leads to clutter, risk, and missed opportunity for reuse. And even with structure, governance is still reactive, right? So you may have reports and compliance tracking, but it's not fully optimized or automated yet. Now you have cross-functional planning exist, but alignment is weak. Teams may agree on goals, but not on execution. So is your team, IT team, business and ops teams really aligned, or just they are just informed? Telemetry exists and you are tracking activity, but support prioritization still needs work. You can see which apps matter, but responding to them in time, that's another story. Team coordination is inconsistent, making tester and operations aren't always on the same page, causing delays or rework. ALM process exists but need further automation to truly scale. The common data model is underutilized. Data is duplicated or misaligned, limiting the impact of reuse. Support processes are in place, but they are still clunky. Request gets lost, resolution takes time, and teams are often unsure of the right path. So there's innovation, hackathon, assessment, but enablement is still maturing. Makers are excited, but they need structure to grow. And lastly, adoption campaigns lack strategic focus. You are sharing success stories, but you are moving heart, minds. And lastly, adoption campaign lacks strategic focus. You're sharing success stories, but are you moving hearts, minds, and metrics? At this stage, the tools are there, but refinement is critical. So think about this. Where are you still acting? At this stage, the tools are there, but refinement is critical. Think about this. Where are you still acting manually? Where you could be moving smartly? Let's unlock that next level of optimization. So we at AQL help you automate governance and compliance monitoring using tools like Power Automate and AI at level 400. So instead of relying on manual checks and spreadsheets, we bring in automation to track violations, alert admins, and apply policies in real time. So is your governance engine reactive or it's real time? Next, we support scaling your COE efforts by integrating advanced analytics through Power BI. This gives your leadership and governance team actionable insights, not just usage stats, but trends, outliers, and opportunities. So are you making Power Platform decision based on instincts or intelligence? We also bring in AI-driven workflows and advanced automation solutions, whether it's using AI Builder to process documents or chatbots to streamline internal requests. We focus on efficiency and innovation, not just more apps. And most importantly, we work with you to develop a structured Power Platform roadmap. So this just isn't about governance or automation. It's about aligning everything you build with your business strategy, your long-term goals, and your growth plans. At AQL, we help you move from managing a platform to leading with it. So let's build something that lasts. This is where at level 500, this is where the Power Platform is no longer an initiative. It's fully embedded into your enterprise strategy. But even at this stage of maturity, new and complex challenges do emerge. First up, scaling AI automation with strong governance. The tools are powerful, but if not governed carefully, they can spiral out of control. So the other challenge is integrating the Power Platform into enterprise architecture. So if the Power Platform grows outside the strategic IT, it risks becoming disconnected from the rest of the tech stack. And even with success, driving organization-wide adoption while maintaining governance is no small feat. You need guardrails, but they must be flexible enough to support growth. Measuring impact with advanced analytics, it's about cost saving, revenue lift, and real outcomes. So measuring impact with advanced analytics, then building sustainable, career-driven maker communities is critical. Without long-term growth path and a recognition, even your most passionate maker will burn out and move on. To reduce frictions, organizations are looking to automate support through bots and ownership transfers, cutting down the operational overhead. So, but with that comes complexity. Managing large-scale apps across units needs structure. And then when it comes to executive buy-in, ensuring ROI visibility is key to sustaining momentum. So are your dashboard speaking the right language of leadership? Then unifying citizen and pro developer is still work in progress at this stage. So they must collaborate with a shared framework, not separate kingdoms. Automating environment lifecycle management becomes crucial. So creating, archiving, and cleaning up environments can't be manual task at scale. So your ALM process needs to be optimized, often through solutions like COE Starter Kit's ALM Accelerator, bringing structure to deployment across units. Finally, the most mature organization focus on enabling dyna- dynamic, expert-led cross-functional teams, the kind that can support enterprise-wide transformation. So at level 500, we help you embed the center of excellence directly into your core business operations. We then bring AI-powered automation and Microsoft 365 Copilot to boost productivity and decision making. We help you optimize adoption and ROI through continuous monitoring and structured innovation program. We also support you in scaling automation across the enterprise, across departments, regions, and business functions. And finally, with all of this in place, we help you deliver a truly AI-driven Power Platform strategy, one that's innovative, efficient, and built for long-term growth. With AQL's guidance, you don't just optimize a platform, you unlock its full potential. So when the Power Platform is implemented the right way, the outcomes aren't just technical, they are transformational. So you get faster time to value, you will see stronger ROI, you achieve enterprise-wide standardization and compliance. And of course, there's a innovation acceleration. You build real business IT alignment, forming fusion teams that collaborate, not compete. There's a boost in productivity as repetitive tasks are automated and workflows become streamlined. And you develop an empowered workforce because you can create innovative and contribute directly to transformation. And to that, add to that, uh, optimized processes where integrated data leads to smarter, faster decision making. You achieve strategic alignment, and ultimately you unlock the cultural transformation, creating a mindset of continuous improvement, innovation, and digital maturity. So here's a question. So which of these outcomes is your organization already seeing, and which ones are still just goals on the slide? Because with right strategy, all of them are within reach. success story. So let's look at the success story. So this university was juggling up chaos, no governance, minimum oversight, and citizen developers were working in silos, which resulted in security concerns, scalability issues, and zero standardization. AQL stepped in with a maturity assessment and elevated them from level 100 to 300. We helped establish centralized governance, empowered their makers community, and introduced structure without slowing innovation. So over 150 compliance solutions were delivered, boosting compliance, student service, and confidence. Uh, So here, a major healthcare network was struggling. Uh, Silo digital initiatives, uh, unmanaged apps, and no governance in place. Security and compliance risks were mounting fast. So AQL stepped in with a maturity assessment and helped them move from level 2 to 200 to level 400. We implemented a scalable governance framework, aligned it with HIPAA and IT compliance policies, and drastically reduced compliance risk. The result was faster solutions, stronger security, and standardized innovation across departments. So thanks everyone for joining into this webinar. Stay tuned in for future webinars. Thanks everyone. Over to you, Steve.
I want to thank everyone for joining the webinar today. I hope everyone got a lot of good information. If you need any help with Center of Excellence, any Microsoft technologies, please feel free to reach out to me at stevell@AQL Tech, or you can give me a call with questions or, again, if you need any help with anything, you can reach me at 773-793-1619. Thanks everyone again for joining. Have a great rest of your day.